Everybody knows the best competitions that bring the most money, the most people is black versus white. That will never change. That will never change. I don't think two lily white basketball teams competing for the NBA championship will ever bring us. Listen, the NBA didn't take off until what happened? Boston versus LA. Because you had the poor whites versus the flashy niggas. The poor white, downtrodden, hardworking, 60-hour work weeks in Boston, right? Being crane operators and shit versus niggas in LA wearing fur coats. Black versus white will always be the biggest draw in sports. I don't care what sporting event it is. Nobody wants to see all white. Nobody. If that were the case, you wouldn't try to bring in the blacks into y'all sporting events to begin with. Listen, white folk measure how good they are if they can beat the blacks. That's it. That's all. The blacks are always going to be the physical standard of excellence, bar none. And I'll take it one step further. Black Americans are the physical standard to which all aspire to either achieve or rate their greatness if they can beat them. Okay? Let's go. I'm with Stephen A. with this. Who the hell wants to... Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I just got to say it, y'all.
Yes, come on.
Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they're going with a bunch of white dudes?
Yeah.
Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your 3 top players are white dudes? Really? This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer. And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? It's basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white? And that takes you to the promised land. Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying it. Sorry to the leadership of SiriusXM, Eric Spitz, Steve Torrey, Mad Dog Russo. Sorry if it makes y'all uncomfortable. Love y'all. Y'all know that. But damn it, I'm a brother. Yo, this is basketball. I'm not complaining. I'm simply making the point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown. A place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic and Kobe.
Yeah.
Yes, Jerry West before them. Yes, George Mikan before the aforementioned centers.
Nobody was thinking about them white boys back then because they weren't playing the niggas. But come on.
But this is the Lakers. This is Southern California. This is La La. This is LA, baby. This ain't Utah. And even in Utah, when you had Stockton, you had Malone. Even when you had Hornacek and Stockton, you still had Malone.
The best Indiana basketball teams usually had what? We can go back to Bobby Knight and even pre-Bobby Knight, because you know Indiana Hoosiers is all pretty much lily white boys, right? Country white boys. Until they got some brothers on their teams, they became competitive. But you know what? Let's continue.
Even when you had the 7'4" Eaton, you still had Malone and Byron Russell. I mean, what's up? Somebody got said, so I'm saying it. You ain't going anywhere. Being led by 3 white dudes in today's generation of basketball. I'm letting you know right now, it ain't happening. And Luka's a bad brother. And Austin Reeves is no scrub. And they both have earned what they have earned. And then with LeBron James or some other brothers I get. But those 2 and Walker Kessler? You ain't scaring anybody with that?
No.
I'm just saying. This is the year 2026. And I understand this insatiable appetite for people to veer away from having everything be about the brothers and sisters. We know the kind of climate we living in. And
hey, ain't the WWE going through this right now? The WWE is going through this right now. They got the best talent is all the brothers and sisters, and they still trying to push these old ass dudes, old ass Brock, You know what I'm saying? Old ass Gunther. You got all this black talent just sitting, waiting in the wings to take WWE to the next level. And Triple H is like, nah, we can't. We gonna ride it out with these old white dudes. But okay, come on, let's go.
I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, this is basketball. That ain't scaring anybody. Luka gonna get his. He gonna average his 30 to 35. We know that. Austin Reeves is no scrub. We know that. But you think they scaring any of the fellas?
Nah.
I promise you that what I just brought up, the fellas in the NBA are talking about right now.
Yeah.
That's supposed to move us? Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler. This is the Los Angeles Lakers that we are talking about here. And Rob Pelinka has done made this white dude central. Now I ain't mad. None of them are scrubs. Luka and Austin can ball. They deserve their money. I respect the hell out of both of them. And I know Luka ain't from America, but damn it, he's still white. I'm just saying. This is a league dominated by a bunch of brothers. When's the last time we seen 3 white prominent dudes lead you to the promised land in the NBA?
I can't recall. Is he wrong? Uh-oh.
Can we talk basketball? Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking basketball.
Stephen A., nobody had to say that dumb stuff. Nobody had to say that.
People want to get at me because of what I said, and there's this whole brouhaha going on because racism and racist comes into play because I pointed out about the Lakers being led by 3 white dudes and how that ain't going to cut it. That ain't going to win you a championship. When's the last time a team led by 3 white dudes won a championship? And obviously there's a lot of people out there saying that I should not have said what I said and they call it racist and all of this other stuff. I don't want to hear that. I'm not backing up one bit.
Okay.
This is about basketball.
Okay.
Can we talk basketball?
Okay. I'm loving the energy from Stephen A. Let's see what they were. Stephen A. done kicked it off.
You already know what they was on. They said, what if we said that about y'all?
Yeah. For real.
That was their immediate response.
Yeah.
Stephen A., that you wild.
Yeah, he wildin'.
You our guy. We gotta call you wildin', bro.
Yeah, that's inciting too much riots,
niggas
bro.
would have been tight if they would have like.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to go back. So let's go in the Wayback Machine. Jimmy the Greek. What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks? What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks? What did Jimmy the Greek say about the blacks?
In professional sports. The story from Jackie Judd.
Within 24 hours of having made the inflammatory remarks, Snyder was fired.
CBS Sports today ended its relationship with Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
The popular betting man sportscaster got himself into trouble during a lunchtime interview about the significance of Martin Luther King's birthday. He said that blacks were bred to be superior athletes.
Once again, Black Americans are the physical standard. Will always be the physical standard. That will never change. You can make a case for Africans down the road, but as of right now, it's always been Black Americans. Always, always, always. Let's continue.
The slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman so that he could have a big black kid, see?
And Snyder said that's why blacks excel over whites in sports.
The black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred to be that way, because of his high thighs and big thighs that goes up into his back.
Snyder went on, saying there's not much room left for, quote, the white guys in sports, except for a couple of coaching jobs. His dismissal seemed inevitable, given the widespread coverage and criticism.
I think his remarks fall into 2 categories. Category 1 is that they were racist. And category 2, they were stupid.
Civil rights leader and presidential candidate Jesse Jackson placed a call to Snyder today, seemed to accept his apology with qualification.
I mean, do we need to bring up Jack Johnson? How many great white hopes did Jack Johnson have to put down time and time again? Right? This man was fighting 15-round fights, 20-round fights, 30-round fights. Insane. Which would be deemed illegal in today's, boxing standards. But Jack Johnson, they just were looking for white dudes. Joe Louis When Max Schmeling beat an old beat up Joe Louis, some white folks like you couldn't tell white folks shit. Right? Okay. Let's continue.
Should not be marred by one error, but it's an error that must be addressed.
Even former colleague Brent Musburger found Snyder's public comments astonishing.
I don't think the network was left with any choice in the matter. I don't think the network fired him. I think he fired himself.
Okay. Stephen A. said nothing wrong. I'm with Stephen A. Let's go and see. Let's go with let's see what other people are saying. Like listen, Stephen A. knows how to get the crowd moving. He knows how to get the crowd moving.
So I want to just, and I didn't see everything Stephen A. said about the fact that the Lakers are going to be the first team in 40 years to have their best 3 players be white dudes. But I'm telling you right now, while everyone's annihilating them for it, that occurred to all of you as well. Everyone's like, how could he say this? It's like, everybody had a similar reaction when we saw the picture of the Lakers' big 3, and it's Luka, Austin, and Walker Kessler.
Luka's a spicy white, though. He's a spicy.
Right? No, I get it. He's Eastern European. It's not American. And this Mamu Shadashvili guy is Eastern European too. He looks like a John Wick villain. I understand all that. My only point is, people who want to go after Stephen A. are using this as an opportunity, pretending like that hadn't even occurred to me. Yes, it had. I'm not saying it means they won't. I'm not going as far as to say it means they're going to be bad or anything. I am saying he wasn't the only person to be like, oh, well, when's the and I even did, when I saw the Walker Kessler deal, my own thing in my head where I was like, gosh, what is the last time a team's 3 best guys were white dudes? And I was like, even the Celtics in the 80s with Bird and McHale, they always had Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 of their 4 best at times, whether it was Ainge or Bill Walton. But it's been a while. So, again, there's plenty of stuff you want to go after Stephen A. It's fair game. And again, also, I didn't watch the podcast or listen to the clip, but I saw the little synopsis of it. I was like, come on. He's not the only person that thought that. With that said, they are asking a lot of Luka. I love Luka. I believe in Luka. We'll see if he can deliver. But it is to trade away all your future picks and to just be locked in to long-term Walker, Kessler, Austin Reeves, and not like Colin Sexton's not to me a value additive NBA player.
Listen, who the hell wants to watch the? Oh my God! Nobody wants to do that shit, man. Nobody wants to watch that. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's go here. Like he's kicked off a firestorm. Let's go.
Let me ask you this. This is a real conversation. It's
that was the last time.
Look at that starting lineup.
That was the last time.
Yeah, Luka can't spell defense.
That's an all academic team and fucking. I don't know what fucking school.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That's just. If you walk on the court, it's nasty. Let's be honest. It's not intimidating. Listen, this is what I'm saying. This is nothing against white basketball players. Like, this is nothing against that. Like, I have nothing.
Good guys.
I have a lot of good white friends. Like, this is nothing against white basketball players. But when we stepped on the court as basketball players at AAU, and we looked over there and we saw that, I'm about to barbecue you. I'm about to kill you. But on the flip side of it, though, you go out there and mess around. They will kick your ass through though.
No, that motherfucker gonna pass.
Screen,
backdoor your ass, lay your ass.
Shooting threes.
Shooting threes.
Hey,
those the worst
tired as don't know what.
They were the worst teams to play at AAU.
They were the worst teams to play.
I ain't gonna lie.
This is not
the worst team to play.
This is not
AAU.
It's like pulling up against Iowa or Wisconsin.
BA.
Okay.
This is the NBA. That's a tough lineup.
For the Lakers?
That could possibly be on the court at the same time.
Like, yeah.
It's going to be on the court at the same time.
That's nasty. Now
let me play devil's advocate right now.
There's nothing you can say to me that's going to make me say that's not nasty.
If it wasn't Stephen A. Smith, it was the dude. Who's the dude that
Nick Wright?
Is right? Nick Wright. Nick Wright says the same thing, but about blacks. Are y'all gonna look at him different?
It'll be a dumbass comment
because it's a black league.
Okay, but let's say he said it about golf.
Yeah.
If you said about golf,
is it cool with Stephen A? I know we be joking around, but I mean, like, if you let's get serious for a second. Is that cool though? Y'all cool with that?
Is it cool?
It's funny.
It's funny. But if somebody said that about the blacks, is that funny?
I would laugh. I think it's funny. I wouldn't take it personal as long as he don't say.
All right, I got it.
Say the wrong word.
The writer,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. Will you tune in to see the Lakers? Would you tune in to watch the Lakers? Me personally, I would not. I'll tell you who I would tune in to see though. LeBron, if you go to the Knicks. I would listen. If LeBron go to the Knicks, I would watch every game. I would watch every game. I would not waste my time watching Mayo Lakers. They can be the most fundamentally sound, crisp passing, crisp shooting, just, basketball oriented team. I'm not watching that shit. I'm not. What sports do I watch? Like on a frequent basis. I watch F1. I occasionally watch tennis. Of course, it's football, baseball. I watch MMA. I watch wrestling, the Greco-Roman wrestling. And I watch college softball, right? And all those sports is a hodgepodge, is a mixture. There's no lily white. I'm not watching no lily white Lakers team. That shit just sounds like a chicken with no seasoning. Like Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without Magic Johnson to play against. Let that sink in. Larry Bird's probably the greatest, one of the greatest shooters, probably the best white boy to ever play basketball. Yeah, I feel good saying Larry Bird is probably the best white basketball player ever. I take him over Jerry West. I take him over Luka. I take him over Dirk Nowitzki. I take Larry Bird 10 times out of 10 if I can only have one white dude to go into a shootout, a basketball shootout. I'll take Larry Bird every time. A healthy Larry Bird. Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without a Magic Johnson. And it's not just a Magic Johnson. Larry Bird is not Larry Bird without a black competitor. Okay? Larry Bird, in a lot of our eyes, is not given the respect without having a black competitor. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. They call him Larry Legend. What did he say? He said something about blacks. The only black man that could guard me is my shadow. Who talks like this? Without the black standard, without the black excellence to measure yourself up to or against, you don't exist until you either meet that standard or beat the standard. Okay? So let me run this back to Stephen A. And then we'll get to LeBron. So let's go here.
But your three top players. We haven't seen that in the modern era in the NBA. Am I lying? On the same team. Am I lying? Why are we not asking ourselves that? Am I lying? Don't give me all of this. We talking basketball. I didn't sit up there and say that white cats can't play. I didn't sit up there and say they don't deserve an opportunity. We're going to compare it. We're going to bring up race. Excuse me. We're bringing up basketball history. That's what we're bringing up. You can't compare.
Okay, let's go baseball real quick. The greatest home run season chase is between who? I think for me, the greatest era will be the steroids era. But the greatest one season home run chase was between who? Between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. Do you remember how, no matter what program you were watching on TV, every time McGwire was up to bat, they would cut to a live news feed to watch his at bat. I don't care what program you were watching. Every time Sammy Sosa came up to bat, they would cut to a live feed. You could be watching a goddamn rom-com, a horror flick, action flick, sci-fi flick. They would cut that program and go to a live feed to watch these guys at bat. And every pitch You held your breath. And with every swing, you're like, every time you saw that, every swing they took, it was just like, is this it? Is this it? The greatest era in baseball ever. Because you had one black and Dominican, but still, nonetheless, and you had one white. Okay? We are the standard. We'll always continue to be the standard. Now you bring in your European NBA. Y'all let them have that stupid ass Euro step. Over time, the views will decline. If you try to turn it into the all white boy NBA, nobody wants to watch that shit. Not even white people. Not even white people want to see. Hey, can they beat the niggas? Where the niggas? I want to see them play the niggas. Come on.
Something like this to being racist or whatever in terms of black folks. What if this had been said about black folks? Well, when we lamented it about black folks, it's because black folks weren't being given the opportunity to compete. Baseball was segregated in 1947.
Okay, you say, you know how many non-traditional NBA fans will tune in to replace your eyeballs? I haven't watched this much soccer in my life. Lakers are marketing. Okay, you're talking about what does this have to do with soccer? And the only reason you're watching this much soccer is because it's on American streaming channels and stuff like that. Even from 12 years ago when it was in the States. This ain't the first time the World Cup has been here in the States. Okay? USA will still not take to soccer the way you it's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Once again, I stand affirm that the majority of white folk don't want an all-white NBA. The majority of white folk don't want an all-white NFL. They don't want an all-white MLB. They don't. But we'll see in about 10 years, I guess. We'll see.
You had to have a secret game at Duke University decades ago just to help integrate the sport of basketball. See, people being denied the opportunity to compete is entirely different than people never denied the opportunity to compete. You go out there, you showcase your skill set, and we take facts into account and say, yo.
Well, okay, I like his point. At one point, the NBA was pretty much all white until they bought out the ABA. The ABA had the brothers, had the ballers, had the best players. And nobody's watching the NBA. They're watching the ABA. Nobody's watching Major League Baseball. They were watching the Negro Leagues. Stop this. Please stop this. Stop. Nobody wants to watch a bunch of white Europeans play basketball against other bunch of white Europeans. That shit's going to be so fucking boring. But you got it, man. You want an all-white three-point shootout? You want an all-white slam dunk contest? You want an all-white skills contest? Okay, like I said, we'll see in about 10 years where the numbers are at. But let's continue.
This is what the facts show from an historical perspective. We're talking sports. That's it. We're talking sports. We're talking the game of basketball. We ain't talking boxing like there was a white heavyweight champion, a welterweight champion, a light heavyweight champion. We're not talking tennis. We're not talking golf. We're not talking football. We're not talking the UFC. We're not talking any of these things. But in the sport of basketball.
And it's funny that he mentioned boxing because some people run around here like Tyson Fury is the greatest thing. Usyk is the greatest thing. Usyk and Tyson Fury wouldn't. Oh my God, the Holmes era, the Lennox Lewis era. Those old great heavyweights. Them Europeans wouldn't last 5 rounds against George Foreman, Ali, Spinks, Holmes. Give me some. You know what I'm saying? Ken Norton Sr. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, man?
It is an extreme aberration to see any NBA franchise invest the bulk of its money, its cachet, its trust in 3 white dudes leading the charge. If all of them were Luka, that would be different. Of course they could win. If all of them were Dirk or Bird or Nash or Stockton or Jerry West, of course they could win. Austin Reeves is a damn good player. He deserved his bag. I said it before. When it happened, 4 years, $185 million. I'm saying it again. He deserved his bag. But he ain't scaring anybody on the defensive end of the floor. Luka Doncic is all world. Can drop a 40-piece anytime he wants to. Conditioning, durability, and defensive prowess. Those are the questions about him.
Yeah.
Kessler, he's 7'2". He's a rim protector. 14-10. Can play. Was considered one of the 2 A-list centers on the market. Him and Jalen Durham out of Detroit. But he's got a ways to go, but tremendous upside. Have you seen Oklahoma City? Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren were on that squad. But ain't it Shea Butters' team? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? We all know who the man is in San Antonio. It's Wemby. And oh, by the way, let's not forget Dylan Harper. Minnesota, we know it's Ant-Man. Golden State, we know it's Steph Curry. In Houston, it's not Shagun, even though he can ball. It's KD. With the Clippers, it was Kawhi before he went to Toronto. In Boston, it was Tatum and Brown. Now it's Tatum. In Philadelphia, it was Maxey and Embiid. Now it's Jaylen Brown. In Orlando, it's Banchero. Now, of course, you got cats that can play. Cooper Flagg is a stud and a star.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going to be a superstar. I call him Super Flag, not Cooper Flagg. Con Knipple shot the living hell out of me. I didn't expect him to be this good, but damn, he's impressive. They ain't on the same team. I'm not implying that if you put superstar white players on a team that they can't win. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we haven't seen an NBA team in the modern era, in the last half century, maybe ever, whose 3 top players were white.
You know why people will watch this? To see how they compete against the blacks. The only reason people will watch an all-white Laker team is to see how they compete against the blacks, not against other white teams. Nobody will watch for that. How do they do against the blacks? That's it. That's all.
Going up against what you got to go up against in the National Basketball Association. That is what I said. I'm not taking that back.
Don't take it back.
Support it.
Yeah.
I'm not backing up one bit.
Don't do it.
This is basketball history.
Yeah, don't do it, man. Stand firm, sir. Stand firm. See what I'm saying? You see why you can't with these people online? Okay. Okay. Once again, if they don't win a championship with an all-white team, does that make him right? Does that end the discussion? Look at this. ESPN supports racist Stephen A. Smith. He hates white people, and ESPN supports it. Wow. We think what would happen if a white commentator said that 3 black men shouldn't be the star player? Man, y'all don't even want black quarterbacks. You white folk don't even want black quarterbacks. The idea of a black quarterback still offends people. Matter of fact, the idea of a black quarterback offends people so much, they say, you know what, let's give us biracial quarterbacks. Give us a Patrick Mahomes. We'll make him the face of the league. It can't be no dark-skinned guy. No dark-skinned guy. We're still in that. We're still having these conversations in the NFL. Are blacks smart enough to be quarterbacks? Okay. This is a lot of projection. A lot of projection here. I'm here for it.